penso che insomma, la ricchezza di quello che in Italia si produce in realtà un elemento di ottimismo, diciamo, l'ottimismo della volontà. E credo che insomma adesso anche Walter potrà dirci quello che invece come rete europea in che modo noi lavoriamo e come possiamo integrarci, interagire meglio per avere un'analisi e una proposta per le sinistre del nostro continente. I think you can also introduce Transform as a network and how can we interact our effort, the Italian situation and
yes. Well, first of all, I must say I'm overwhelmed by the richness of that what you were presenting here. I think it demonstrates that the Italian left has such a cultural and intellectual
It's not bad.
presence. That's really, for me, coming from a small country, it's amazing. It's really amazing.
ditemi se avete bisogno di traduzione.
Secondly, I want to say that spontaneously, I feel that there are many opportunities in which we could cooperate to the benefit of all of us. For example, we are trying to organize a network of socialist and progressive archives. The problem exists almost in every country that we have archives of the parties and of the movements, and at the same time we everywhere lack funds in order to preserve this, in order to develop this further and make it accessible for research. So what we try is to gather responsible people and try to figure out possibilities for submitting European projects, transnational, because the research on the communist and socialist movement actually has an international dimension and we could capitalize on this. Or when it comes to solidarity with the migrants, we have a very, very nice, we are part of a very nice project which is called Colors of a Journey. Maybe Barbara can explain more on this because she works with the...
They are part of this.
So you are part of this. So such a big organization is Transform.
You don't know
You cannot know. So I believe we ought to discuss very precisely and very concretely how we can capitalize on that what we have and what you have and how that could fit to that what we are doing. The Transform now consists, if I'm right, of 32 organizations from 22 or 21 European countries.
And not only European. Turkey.
It's Europe.
Let's say
Someone say no, but
I say yes.
It's
Yes.
Europe.
yes.
okay.
And,
Will be.
and of course, the organizations are different from the political and ideological orientation, also from the size and the financial possibilities which they have. We have one which is the Big Rosa Luxemburg Foundation. We have middle-sized organizations, which is the Nikos Plantzas Institute from Greece, as Bas Marx. And we have small ones like the Austrian organization, which is participating in the network. But that allows us to combine scientific potentials and at the same time to create a space in which experiences can be exchanged and in which people find the possibility, so to say, to internationalize or Europeanize their research. politically, as you know, we are connected with the Party of the European Left. However, since some a considerable part of the organizations participating in Transform are not connected to parties of the European left, we have to manage a very autonomous way of operating, because, and this is important now in the present situation. Actually, we have inside Transform the foundation close to Podemos. We have the foundation which is close to Bloco de Izquierda. We have Nikos Boulantzas Institute from Greece, so we somehow reflect the diversity of the left, which also gives us the optimism that the difficulties which are now haunting the European left do not impact Transform very much. What is good about Transform is that we have a very relaxed atmosphere. The people in Transform prefer to present their different positions in a not very ambitious or aggressive way. We have unanimity about that whatever is discussed in the European left must be reflected in Transform, but in a way that unity and solidarity will be maintained. For example, we will have next week a lecture of Kostas Douzinas, who is the president of the Nikos Boulantzas Institute. He is MP in the Hellenic Parliament. He wrote a book on Syriza in power, and you can imagine that this will provoke discussions in Transform. But I'm pretty sure that we will do this in a way in which different attitudes are expressed without questioning the fact that we keep and maintain the solidarity with Syriza and with our member organizations. What concerns the European Left Party, we try to help, because in a way a party is about power, and the solutions which they have to find are pragmatic solutions and compromises. We don't. We can say that we agree or disagreeing and put forward different ideas. And I believe that this is something which is lacking.
Sorry, we have a wedding.
A wedding? You are.
Thank you. Next.
I believe that the European left is lacking this space. For me, the left in Europe somehow, I mean, when the wall in Berlin fell down, we were orphans. Out of a sudden, we were orphans. Then we found out that we were not as weak as we were afraid of being, because the election results in the 90s were not bad. Then we entered governments. We made the experience that the relation of power is not very favorable for us. And since then, I have the feeling that we behave, that we try to avoid difficult discussions about in which situation which we are in. On the one side, you have the Europhiles who are very enthusiastic about the European Union, and we have to be part of it, and everything is fine, and this is the high and noble ideal of the European integration. And on the other hand, you had parties saying, well, of course, Europe exists, but we are more nationally orientated. We are looking at ourselves, and we avoided to discuss these different attitudes, and we got around in a situation before the crisis. And 2007, 2008 then immediately showed that we are in a dramatic situation, that Europe is about to degrade the working classes, and then all the differences which existed already popped up in a very sharp and dramatic way, and I believe that we require again a programmatic effort in order to come to common conclusions. I strongly believe that we need diplomacy and we need wisdom and flexibility, and we must find a way to survive the forthcoming European elections, but we have to find a sustainable common ground of the left in Europe, and that must be, of course, the result of a synthesis, but a synthesis not on the lowest possible denominator, but on a higher common denominator. And in my opinion, we need to answer three questions. One question is, do we want or do we need Europe? Do we believe that we all were better off in a continent in which every nation takes care for itself? And it's obvious for me that that is not reasonable, that we require Europe, that we require transnational cooperation. But if we agree on this, the question is then how? And here I believe the issue is about democracy. The core of the problem is democracy. We cannot avoid this question. We tend to avoid this question because if you say democracy, you say that we need not less integration, but a different integration. And people who believe that we would require less integration would not agree that we need more European democracy. That's the core of the issue. And I believe that regarding this, we need research how democracy in Europe can function. That's about constitution, that's about institutions, that's about national sovereignty. I believe democracy without respect of national sovereignty of each single state is impossible, but at the same time democracy in Europe needs a consensus to give away a part of national sovereignty in order to create a European sovereignty, and that must be structured democratically. That requires a parliament which is really a parliament, that requires control over non-accountable bodies of the European Union, but that requires discussion and open discussion. And the third consequence of that is then, if we agree on the necessity of Europe, and if we agree on the necessity of democracy, we need to agree on the policies which we want to deploy, ecologically, socially, economically, industrial policies, energy policies. And I chose the sequence of presenting the things because in politics, of course, in the first place, we discuss about the concrete politics which we want to employ. And sometimes it is easy to agree on economic policies, on ecological policies, but I do not believe that the left in Europe has a future if it defines itself as a sort of European trade union, replacing movements or trade unions by putting forward social and economic questions. Of course we need this, but the issue of a party is about power and is about governance and is about institutions. And we must start debating on these issues. And to finish up, I understand that for the European Left Party, the necessity is to come to conclusions and to find compromises. But Transform it's not. Transform can provide the space in which these discussions can happen, and we are in the privileged situation that we have this relaxed atmosphere. We have actually nobody in the Transform system is maniac. Meaning it would say that my position is the only possible one. We work together now since more than 10 years. The young generation also approaches the things in a relaxed manner. And I would very, very, very much appreciate if this conversation could be the start of a more intensive discussion amongst us. We have Roberto, and we are happy to attend to him. But if we had more of you and with Alfonso, we occasionally had the possibility to discuss, but with all of you, And with your think tank, for example, would be excellent if you participated in the discussions about European integration and European constitutional problems. So that could be something which would be very beneficial for transform as a European entity.